Steve Lauren, the former president, mentioning his two previous victories here in 2016 and 2020, trying to motivate those in the crowd to go out and vote and deliver him back to the White House. This was his closest victory 4 years ago, carrying the state by about 1.3% or less than 75,000 votes. And it is also a state Democrats have invested heavily in, setting up field offices across the state. They are confident that they will be able to flip this state back from red to blue for the first time since 2008, noting a surge of enthusiasm in volunteers ever since Vice President Kamala Harris became the presumptive nominee. For folks here, however, they also feel confident in the former president's chances to carry this state once again. Today, Trump's remarks focusing on national security. He spoke for over an hour, criticizing the Biden-Harris handling of the southern border, withdrawal from Afghanistan, and Russia-Ukraine war, amongst other topics.
It's time to create the arsenal of the 21st century. We need that. That means aggressively shifting funding to keep America on the cutting edge, investing heavily in drones and robotics and artificial intelligence and hypersonics.
Democrats have pushed back on this criticism previously, accusing Republicans of trying to use the southern border as a political issue, refusing to engage with them on legislation to better protect it. It is going to be a topic of great interest for voters ahead of November. This was Trump's second visit here in North Carolina in the past week. He was in Asheville a week ago, where he discussed the economy. Senator Vance was set to come here or to North Carolina, including Raleigh, earlier this month. That trip canceled due to Tropical Storm Debbie.
Michael, you had a unique opportunity today to go one-on-one with J.D. Vance, and you were talking reproductive rights. What was your takeaway from that conversation?
We discussed reproductive rights, which has certainly been at the forefront of voters here in North Carolina, especially since Roe v. Wade was overturned. The state legislator moving forward with those new abortion restrictions, going over the veto of Governor Cooper. A part of that also that has now come up, IVF, access to that procedure. The former president, state Republican leaders have voiced their support for IVF, though to this point there's been no legislation at either state or federal level to protect that. I also want to make sure we're focusing on another topic that the senator and I discussed during our remarks, from national security to international security. Vance calling for deterrence in trying to deal with Iran, which has been designated by the U.S. as a state sponsor of terrorism since 1984.
Iran gets a lot of money from the United States implicitly, right? When we ease up on these sanctions and they get billions of dollars, what do they spend that billions of dollars on? Iran spends that money on buying weapons and training terrorists. We need to cut off the money flow to Iran, because that's actually what's going to stop them from targeting our citizens, targeting our troops.
Now, we've shared part of that interview throughout the afternoon. To check out the full interview, log into the story right now at abc11.com.